612 horsepower in a Mercedes C-Class. That is today on Autogefühl, your #1 resource for in-depth car reviews and your #1 community to discuss cars with Thomas. This one, and I'm starting with the correct model name now, is the Mercedes-AMG C63S, the top model, as the Estate or station wagon, or T-Modell as we say in Germany. Pretty lame name for the Estate in Germany, by the way, I think. And this one is a very special version because this one is the performmaster version. That means we got a special PEC tuning module in here. That's how it's called. 5,000 euros extra, and it gives you an additional 100 horsepower. So in this review, we will not only focus on the exterior and interior of the C63S, we're going especially deep on the driving experience with the performance with this tuned car, and let's see what performance this brings us. And we got a special Autobahn, German Autobahn story here as well for you today with an incredible 0 to 200 kilometers acceleration or 0 to 125 miles an hour. So also look forward to that. And let's start now with this very, or probably the hottest family mid-size car you can get. With the C63S version, which is already at 86,000 euros price list in Germany, you get a lot of features already on the outside. Sporty appearance with additional bumpers, and then Performmaster, the German company which is doing the tuning, added some more aerodynamic stuff, and you'll also see it at the wing, at the rear and also, but it begins right here, and it's not only design purpose, it really has an aerodynamic function as well. So overall, really strong appearance in the front. To me, of course, with this marketing design from the company, a little bit too much, but okay, you know, if they drive to a motor show, that attracts more attention then. 4 meters in length, this C-Class here. And you see the basic difference, of course, to the sedan is that we got another roofline in the rear here. And I think, well, the sideline is kept pretty simple and I really like it. We got here also special side bumpers, and from the C63S, 19-inch alloys are from standard equipment. We also got them right here, but of course the special thing is happening right here. I'm usually more of sedan fan, but I think they managed it quite well with a chrome frame that it still got some coupe style. And we got a massive rear wing here, adds another 100 kilograms of pressure down to the ground. So you've got more grip than on the rear wheels. What is quite interesting when we go now into the details, first of all, already says here V8 bi-turbo, what's beneath the hood. And then I want to pay attention to the disc, well, it's not disc brakes, it's carbon ceramic brakes, special one, about 5,000 euros extra, AMG performance ceramic, you see here, the brake calipers. And here, everything is clean from the alloys. You see it right here. Well, it's not really freshly clean, but it's relatively clean. And then if you compare it to the rear, that gets really interesting because with the C-Class, they say, okay, we want to keep it a little bit cheaper for the customers, offer the ceramic brake disc in the front, but only the normal disc brakes in the rear. It's of course everything is optional, but here the option about 5,000 euros. And usually it's about 8,000 or 9,000 euros if you pick rear and front. And here you see it's kind of dark or red kind of dust on that. And that is because we have a usual disc brake here. And so the funny thing is, if you are a normal customer and not necessarily go on the racetrack, it doesn't really matter if you have these ceramic brakes there. But well, the reason why a lot of people nowadays go for it, okay, when you say, I just get the money for it, And I like it when all of the alloys are kept clean during the whole drive. Pretty interesting fact. By the way, one flaw detail, you see that? Usually with the German premium cars, everything they say, oh, everything is 100%, but here, you see those two lines don't exactly fit to each other. Uh-oh. And one short look at the rear, massive rear wing they have added here that's not included in the normal C63S. What is included there are those fake exhaust pipes. They look pretty cool actually with the AMG logo printed on that one, but it's really fake. If you look very down there, you see the real exhaust. So, well, not the very real thing. And then you got the rear diffuser left next to it. Pretty massive here as well. Let's look beneath the hood. We got the standard V8 in here, AMG V8, one man, one engine principle. Also says the guy who built it actually. And in the C63S, this one already has 510 horsepower and goes 4.1 seconds from 0 to 100 kilometers. And then it really gets interesting. I hope, because my fingers are quite cold, that I can still manage it. And well, I will live reveal that here, what is actually hidden beneath that. So this is just a plastic cover we got here, so no problem to remove it. And what they've done here, performmaster, with this PEC module, that is this one here from performmaster, and 5,000 euros for this piece here is 1 day to do it in the shop, and it is available in Germany, UK, Austria and Switzerland with partners to let it build, but they also ship it internationally. So if you're outside of these 4 countries, you can also get it. Besides the Northern American market, there you cannot get it actually. And what it actually does, doesn't change so much. It's all on the electronic level and tunes the engine on this electronic level even higher then. And I've also talked about it to AMG guys at the latest Mercedes event, and of course they have to be like, oh, you know, these tuning guys, you know, they have to say that because, you know, they say we're doing the best anyway, no one can top that. But then performmaster again says, okay, we can do a little bit even more. But you know, they're not these guys that say, okay, we just tune that car and no matter if it breaks down or whatever. So they say they also give a warranty on that, and it only works when the car is already at a certain temperature. You know, I'm talking about that one in detail when we drive the car, and so they want to be safe that, you know, the engine doesn't break up because too much of the power is used, and that I think is a very clever thing. Let's get inside with the standard Mercedes key and see the mirrors flip out in this top trim level. The doors, by the way, they feel pretty light, you know, so well, we have experienced better build quality in general. But then let's take a look at the inside, and I think it's very emotional, and my favorite is the steering wheel, because in the C63S we got the microfiber here from the company of mbcars on the side part. Really love the grip, just for comfort, everyday driving, and of course also for the sporty driving. These ones are the sports seat from the C63 or C63S. There would standard be also microfiber mbcars on the inside and then Artico faux leather on the outside. This one, however, is now the full leather option. Don't go for it. But you see the general cockpit, very sporty style, love it. One of my favorites here in the C-Class interior is always the inside of the doors here, where you can adjust the seats, back part, lower part. You can also lengthen the seat in the front here, and especially with this matte aluminum style, really great stuff. And optionally, we got the performmaster sound system right here. You can see one of the speakers. Seating position, I really like the sport seats. They're very comfortable, so you feel kind of good to support it at the same time and still have enough space. Also, they are high enough for me, also as rather tall drivers. And I would not recommend the special performance seats because we have had them in the C450 AMG as a sedan. You can also check out that review. It will be linked in the video description. Those ones are a little bit too stiff, I think. Here, the normal sport seats, they have good compromise between sportiness, good look, and also at comfort at the same time. The seating position, it's kind of standard for a mid-size car, but you know, in general, the C-Class is more this kind of sporty caged-in style. Not if you maybe compare Volkswagen Passat or Skoda Superb, they're more like very open space, wider window line. Here, everything is kind of slim. You more feel like in a sports car, even already in the standard C-Class version, and here it's again a little bit stressed. Steering wheel flattened end, again this good grip panels, and we have the 12 o'clock mark position here. This is again racing style, so everything is really on racing with the cockpit, already with the standard version, but then even more trimmed a little bit in the AMG style here. And those are, for example, the AMG logo on the seat and also stamped on the head restraint of Halterbach. That's the town where AMG is coming from. And we also got another logo right here. What I really love about the C-Class interior in general is that everything is kind of, you know, stiff and sharp, and that really gives you a clean look. And this is, by the way, always from faux leather, the dashboard, and also the matte aluminum style here. I really love that. However, now the screen again looks a little bit just attached on. We have that, we've talked about that several times. And it will change in general in future Mercedes cars because I think, well, the plan goes that kind of everything will be a screen here, and we're looking forward to how that one really looks. Let me turn on the ignition and you can also see how the screen looks right here, but it's again standard C-Class, not, well, so much special thing about it. It's more what we got also special instruments. We got take a look about that one very soon. Here you see the main theme here are those airplane cockpit style vents, and they are again kind of emotional, I think. This shiny black covering of the middle console, I usually prefer some nice wood there or also aluminum style, because when this one gets scratches or gets dirty, it doesn't look that good anymore. The build quality, I've talked about it in the last review, is better meanwhile with the new Audi A4 if you compare the mid-size segment. However, I think the style here, you know, the A4 is cleaner again. This one here, more this kind of racing style. The instrument panel, you see analog on the sides, digital on the inside, and it's kind of the same with all of the Mercedes C-Class, just that when the AMG version, we get a special AMG menu, for example, with the temperature for the engine. See the small oil button for oil temperature, for example. And we also got the special lap timer here as well. Those ones are the special AMG controls. And this temperature here, that is very interesting now, because for the tuning model, it has to be for 70 degrees for the oil temperature and 50 degrees for the, I think it's the coolant temperature. And that one is then how the right operating temperatures at which we can start the real performance. About the sound system, by the way, let's test that one. And we got some royalty-free music this time. We can tune it on here, tune it louder here with the volume button. And of course, it's also possible at the steering wheel. Let's go. Oh yeah, nice surround sound, really very clear. Quite heavy bass as well. Yeah, I really like that sound. It's of course always very hard to transport it over to you because your speakers are different, but I can tell you it's very nice roomy sound. Predominantly also coming from the front a little bit because you got quite big speakers in the front here. And yeah, I think the subwoofer is also working quite heavily. And about the infotainment in general, basically a good system. See, you can control over here where you want to go, for example, to the radio. There it is. And let's see, take a look at the GPS as well, and see the reaction time is actually quite fast. I really like that. See, we're in Germany, worldwide Autogefühl, and also a very nice modern view. I really like the Mercedes GPS system, never had any problem with that one. What's just a little bit disturbing, see, why make it that big when not the whole frame is really filled out? That is a little bit strange, I think. See, if we go to vehicle, we can put in dynamic select. There we can also pick the different choices from suspension and, for example, also for the sporting exhaust. It's going Sport Plus or louder on. Comfort is not that loud, and Sport Plus, that is the really full loud. But this dynamic select is of course a little bit complicated to do it via the screen. It's easier to do it with a separate button. That is right here. You can just click the different modes here: race, sport. Sorry, again, individual, comfort, sport, Sport Plus, race. And you can also just change damper settings separately, or also have a special button just for the exhaust noise. And this one is the central key where you control the GPS. And I would say it's enough. I don't really need that one here, because you can also use this touchpad here when you click on that, but I think a little bit too much done here. Storage spaces here at the inside of the doors, and bottles do fit in there. That works pretty well. Then we got a standard glove box, quite huge this opening, and interesting that the vent is got a special hole for it. By the way, if you know what that is, I think it is when you put some perfume in there. We've seen it in the S-Class as well. I'm not sure if it's really available for the C-Class, but if you know that, tell me in the comments. Then let's go here behind the AMG logo. We have quite some space here, actually quite huge. Also 12-volt power supply. And the middle armrest, also a lot of space in here. We got 2 USB slots in there. That's also practical to charge your devices. And then up here we got something for your glasses. And you see it right here, huge panoramic roof. This is optional. You can also open it, and well, it kind of makes a little bit of a convertible estate, because it has really wide opening, and I really love that. Of course not with those cold temperatures we got here, but let's see how far it goes really. Yeah, I think that's the maximum. And then of course you can also close the shade again if it gets too hot in very sunny days. So general overview, I think very great styling, very sporty styling, definitely sport layout already in the standard version, even more here. My favorite is the matte aluminum style, definitely, and that steering wheel with the microfiber on the outside. What do you think about the interior here in the front? I want to hear your opinion. One short look at the rear. Of course, we got an estate here, and therefore it's better as for the space, especially for your head. And although we got the panoramic roof, I do fit in here. Well, almost when I move my head to the side, then I'm touching the ceiling here. So it's very close, really. If you want to drive with tall person here in the rear, you should probably not go for the panoramic roof. But here, well, with the estate, it still does work. However, the C-Class, not the best as for the space in the rear compartment. The knees do fit in here because we got the rear of the seat is a little bit some spare here, and well, that is but very close as well. And you got this rather lying position here, so not the best comfort here in the rear. Definitely, we got better mid-size cars for that one. What is nice here, especially with the estate, the sedan doesn't have it. We got this special button here that flips the seat electronically, or just releases it. And the same I can show you we can also do from the trunk. Optional electric tailgate opening, and here you can see you can also use a performance car in your everyday life. Nice net here on the left side for smaller things, 12-volt power supply. Then the cover lid slides down electronically, very clean solution as well. And then we got on each side 2 buttons. This one is, by the way, some cover foil. This has not been removed yet. And here on the right side as well, so 2 sides, and then you can flip the seats from the side here. You can do it right here, and then you have the full loading space in the front. That is a very good solution here, and one of the main reasons also you can go for the estate and not for the sedan. Really can use these ones better for all your everyday life purposes. seen some very great performance scenes, and now let's start that beast for real, now live for you. With the belt holder is, tightening, and it's really needed for that car, I'm telling you. However, we'll start in the normal comfort mode, and you maybe also hear the exhaust is also set in comfort, everything also from the steering wise, and I can activate the exhaust just with a button, so separately that is also possible. Gear select is normal right here, but we also have some shifting pedals. The electronic handbrake is released automatically when you start pushing the throttle. So theoretically, in the comfort mode, you can also ride the car in everyday life. Of course, with the AMG Sport Ride suspension here, it is a little bit stiffer. And already in comfort mode, you can take it very sporty, and really, that car is a lot of fun already just in that comfort mode. And you can go for the Sport or Sport Plus mode, and you hear more of the exhaust. And when you go into race mode, then the stability program is also set back a little bit. And when I'm here on the coma, then I can also let it brake out in the rear a little bit. And wow, that is really some stuff here. But that one, when we were shifting down, so spectacular. So depending on the riding situation, race mode really usually just something for the racetrack, or when you want to do that race start. And usually I can recommend Sport or Sport Plus, because then you already got good performance, nice sound from the exhaust. Let's see, yeah, in Sport, the exhaust button is not activated. When I go to Sport Plus, then I got the additional exhaust valve, and I think you already hear it from the inside here. Wow, such a brutal beast. Of course, just a rear-wheel drive, not as the AMG Light version. Those have the all-wheel drive, which are, well, I would say, better for your everyday driving life. Here, if you really want the most extreme stuff, definitely. So, yeah, the race mode, the problem is there when you use it, in normal city driving. That can get too dangerous because you got the rear spinning around, and if you can control the car, then that might be a little bit dangerous. So I would just do it on closed circuits. But the Sport Plus mode, great sporty performance, great sound, and still, some stability control that works very well. The car is when you're going from the red traffic light, turns to green, and you just push the throttle a little bit, like boosting like a rocket in the front, and there's hardly anything you can do about it. It's just happening, and therefore it feels kind of weird to be stuck with this car in traffic. But of course, a lot of times you will be driving this car also in the city. Then you rather go for the comfort mode that sets the suspension also more comfortable, and it is suitable to use the car just on a normal purpose, because you get also a good loading compartment where you maybe also can put some furniture in or something like that, whatever you want to do. As I said before, you got this sporty cockpit atmosphere in the usual C-Class. You have to like that, definitely. And if you appreciate sporty riding style, well, you definitely do also appreciate the sporty cockpit layout. The seating position, as I said earlier, those sport seats are comfortable and sporty at the same time. That's pretty much fine. Also on the longer trips, actually no problem. And you may be hearing that as well. The car is well isolated, and together with comfort mode, it's also no problem to just cruise with the car. I also think it's nice to have the microfiber on the steering wheel, even if some say yes, that might be true. It looks kind of used when you maybe drive it for 2 years, but then again, if you're buying a car for 90,000 euros, you can also put some new microfiber around it for 100 euros or whatever, so actually also not a problem. So these were the first impressions here for city driving. By the way, start-stop function is still available here for the V8, so it's very silent right now as we're standing at the next red traffic light, but we also get to more performance driving when we're driving outside the city, of course. And and also some Autobahn driving. So that is all included here in Autogefühl riding episode today. So far, well, standing still. What else is there to say about? Well, the climate function is separately. You can control the temperature and the vents with a knob still. That is, I think, also quite good because I don't want everything to go over the screen. In city driving, what is good if you have this performance, if you want to do some, well, kind of fast overtaking because you want to catching in a lane, that is always possible, and that is, by the way, and the acoustic warning of the lane changer. It's a very good assistance system. It's optional, not included directly. And however, what they do directly include is the collision prevention assist. That is this autonomous braking assistant if you're maybe distracted or get a stroke while driving, and then the car is braking autonomously if you should miss it. And in low speeds, accidents could be really prevented totally, and higher speeds, at least the impact can be reduced a little bit. So that's so far now for the city impressions here. You can use the car in everyday driving life, even though it's a little bit stiffer, but you got the comfort mode, and that's pretty much fine then, because you have a wide variety, and that I really like about the car, that you can actually have both and not really have to decide, okay, I just want to have really super stiff sports car or the comfortable family riding car, and that's also a good sign. It's a mid-size car still, so it feels rather like riding a normal car, and that can be a very good argument to go for that one here, and not for pure sports car, of course. Let's now drive outside the city to give you more performance. Arrived here on the motorway, and let's maybe do some 75 kilometers till 110. Let's start now. And then that's it. And that was comfort mode. That was really so, you've maybe realized it first, took some time to shift down, then really went for it. But wow, the sound is really amazing. Wow. I was freezing a little bit because of the temperatures outside. Now I'm already getting warm again. And, but you can also drive very calm on the motorway. Distronic Plus, that is the adaptive cruise control leading system on the market. Set it to 100 and just let it go, and keeps the distance automatically. And then you can also just cruise. That's absolutely no problem. However, especially good for Autobahn overtaking. Then maybe also go for Sport Plus mode, and I can show you. But that's actually the thing with the V8, that you not only have the good acceleration in the lower 0 to 100 stuff. You see, it was with the performance tuning 3.8 seconds, and there the performance tuning doesn't make such a difference. Then this performance tuning makes it more difference from 0 to 200 then. So gets about 11 seconds from 0 to 200, and in comparison to the normal C63S, the 0 to 200 acceleration is lowered more than 1 second with the performance tune. There you can really see a difference. Who needs that? Well, actually no one, but still impressive to hear. So maybe I can show you some other performance here. Let's see again, when I'm we're going a little bit up here now, I can go to the race mode that I got maximum performance, and we can go, let's say, 70 to 110. Race mode now, I'm got the direct response, but still uphill, so that will be exciting. Let's see, got 70 right now, seeing it also in the head-up display. Let's go now. And 120, so that really goes very fast, and so brutal acceleration. It's not a harmonic acceleration. You've maybe seen it on our first race start test, we really left, although we had the race start activated, we left a trace of rubber on the road, because usually with latest race starts, they are configured in the way that you got a maximum grip, and then you don't leave the rubber on the ground actually, but here so much power at the rear wheels, you do leave rubber at the ground, and we'll soon do the race start again. And for that we'll go into race mode, put off the ESC. Well, it's automatically done with race mode. With Sport Plus you need to put it separately, but here race mode is totally enough. Then you hold down both shifting pedals at the same time. Then you have to push the up pedal once more, then hammer the brakes, and then hammer the throttle, and then let go of the brakes. That is how it works, and we got some space now. We can do it quite of safety. That's the most important point. And then we're going all the way now. You can really see the performance. Tension is rising, guys. So look forward to that now. So temperatures at 179, that's way enough. Then let's go for the race start, and let's go with that one. Right, I guess that's enough. Oh my god. Whoa. I'm a little bit scared. I think you are too. Whew. Whoa. You maybe felt that one. It was so much power that we really got some nice wheel spin when we started one. And I think there aren't so many more words necessary for that one here. You've seen the acceleration. Maybe just want to see it again. Wow. I'm not exactly sure what second we scored. We have to count on afterwards, because you know, when at 5 degrees outside, so not the best grip temperatures, and we got winter tires mounted. So with, you know, about 20 degrees and summer tires, that result would have been even better. But I think the basic picture is pure performance. Yeah, well, maybe our performance would have been better if we had done that in the Sport Plus mode. Maybe then we would have had a little bit less wheel spin, because the road is also a little bit wet still. So that's always the thing. So maybe we try it next time in the Sport Plus mode, but surely still very impressive. That's now, again, now I'm in the Sport Plus mode, not the race mode, because when I'm doing some, you know, countryside riding, it's better to reduce the spin then again. But of course we can have some more fun here just with riding the car, and we'll search some more nice corners. And that is of course to me the most fun, to go not the very maximum high speeds, because with the performance tuning here you can also go above 300 kilometers an hour top speed. But I mean, come on. Why and where and when, and you know, can't really give any answer on that, on these questions then. So usually I just prefer like going like 50, 60, oh, it's a rough now on suspension, and then you can have some fun here just in normal countryside corners, and it's to me the most enjoyable thing about sporty cars then. So enjoy these last corners with me. Such a nice handling, such a direct steering. Wow, that's really great. I can do this all the time. And you don't really feel that the car is, no, not so short. It really feels very compact, very sporty. let me conclude on the Mercedes-AMG C63S Estate with the performmaster tuning. First of all, surely one of the hottest stuff you can get in this mid-size estate and segment. Probably the dream of every family father. And you know, the performmaster tuning, surely you don't need it. 510 horsepower are already enough. But you know, there are always guys around that say, I want the maximum possible. And that is then the solution for that. From 0 to 100, it doesn't really make a difference, but from 0 to 200, it really does. The question is, where do you do from 0 to 200 kilometers an hour? Well, surely one thing for the racetrack, or just a thing where you know, okay, I do have this power, I just need to know that actually. And what I think is good, that they are not this, you know, pretty unserious tuning stuff, which is quite often around. They really give a warranty of that, and I think it's also good that the high peak of performance can only be achieved, is only activated when the engine is already at a working temperature. That of course is good for a longer lasting engine. Exterior pretty dramatic, a little bit too dramatic for me in this case, but you know, this is a special marketing show car in this case, so it's quite okay. Interior, as we know it from the Mercedes C-Class, really well done and very emotional. And in this case also the flexibility is good, with the space also in the trunk, for example, loading compartments, so you can very well use this car also for everyday driving. I want to hear your opinion on that car, and especially of course also on the tuning stuff here. And again, thank you for watching this episode. I hope to see you at the next Autogefühl.